Chicken here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, it's all about protecting of the Zookas, how to improve your Heavy-Zooka attacks in Boom Beach, getting 0 deaths with every single attack you do, just like the chicken, guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's going to be a very advanced, heavily strategic, and only strategy focused. 0 fun, 0 laughs today, guys. Only very of the highest level advanced tactics are going to be on display today. So strap yourselves in, get a notepad, get maybe a telescope or a magnifying glass as well, and let's just go ahead and dive into it, guys. So the very first rule is going to be selecting your pocket. So this is going to be where you want the heavies to sit and where you want the Zookas to sit behind them. So looking at this base, for an advanced Boom Beacher like the chicken, it comes very, very easy. I can spot these locations within milliseconds, guys. So I'm looking right here, and I'm seeing the back area. Now, aside from this one rock launcher on the right, all the frontal splash damage I can get the heavies to shoot at. So all we're going to really need to take down is going to be this flamethrower. And since the machine gun has a dead zone on it, we're not going to have to... we're not even going to have to worry about it, because it's just going to shoot over the Zookas right at the heavy. So for landing, let's go over landings, guys. So oops, we meant to put heavies out there. So we've already made one mistake, but since we have so much GBE on this account, we can just go ahead and do this. It's fine. We can do a better landing on the next attack, guys. So we want to make sure that the heavies are in front of the Zookas enough and able to clear all the mines. This is going to save us GBE, and it's going to get the troops in just a better position overall. So and then the next biggest thing that we're doing right now is we want to time our smokes so it doesn't screw up our walk, and also it puts us in a position where the smoke is going to expire on the heavies first. So this is going to get everything targeting up the heavies, guys. And now I only need to shock things that are going to possibly be in range of the Zookas. So I'm just worried about the excess splash damage from the rocket launchers. I can throw out critters right in front to help a little bit more. I can get another taunt going off with Private Bullet, and it's just that easy, guys. So 3 ice base shields does not matter. Does not matter. It's just it all comes down to just basic science, right? So let's go ahead and dive on into the next base. So big shout out to Wolf, aka Wolfpack, on that one, guys. So we'll move on over, and we'll get into a bit more of landings and things like that. So the only real thing you have to worry about when you're using heavies and Zookas is heavy mine placements like this, where the heavies aren't necessarily going to take out all of the mines, and when your Zookas group up and then spread out, if there's 2 spots of mines together, that could wipe out half or even all of your Zookas in one go. So you got to be careful about that stuff. Yes, the heavies will take out most of the mines on the way, but they're not going to take out everything, guys. So we'll go like this. And you see how I let the heavies go out first? If I lose a couple, it's not the end of the world. And I like to flare back right about in the center of all the smokes. And that still gives the heavies time to get out in front. And it's not like I'm flaring them back right away, so everyone's moving together. The heavies are still out in front. And you see I'm only using 1 smoke and then 2 smokes on the HQ. This is just a GBE thing. If you have more, you can use the triangle smoke, where you're going to be covered on all angles. But you see, when I use 1 and 2 smokes, yes, it's better on GBE, but I do lose a couple Zookas on the side. And then we're just worried about this pocket of Zookas. We want to keep everything off the Zookas in this one circle of MILF kits, guys. I said MILF kits, not MILF kits. I know someone wrote that in the comments yesterday, which made me laugh, but that's not what I'm saying, guys. I always say MILF because I think of it as a health kit, and then I switch to med kit. So it comes out as MILF kit, and that's just the way it is. I can't physically get around that, guys. So we'll move on to the next base and go over some more MILF kits. So we went over landings, we went over the pocket. The most important thing is the pocket. Now, you don't always have to clear the bunched up mines. Sometimes you can get a good spread, but if you have a heavy GBE account, you might as well just throw out a barrage and not have to worry about it. So for this base, what we're seeing right off the bat is a lot of flamethrowers, a lot of divided up sort of splash damage. Now, this is definitely a problem for Heavy-Zooka because you're not going to have enough GBE to stop everything, and you're not going to have enough damage to just plow right through everything. So you have to get into a spot where you're going to be safe for a pretty good amount of time. So I'm looking at this here, and again, these just come instantly to the chicken, guys. Very advanced Boom Beach player here. So when I see this base, I'm thinking I see mortars, I see machine guns, I see mortars, I see everything kind of in a circle around the base. So there's not really one good spot, but this is where Private Bullet comes in super, super handy, because you don't have to get the... You don't have to get to a position where all the mortars are completely, are either shooting the heavies. You don't have to get to a spot where the mortars are out of range or they're shooting the heavies. You just have to get to a spot where Private Bullet's taunt range affects it enough to where it doesn't shoot. So you don't actually have to get that far back from it. Or you don't have to be that, you don't have to be that close to it to get that to work. So, as long as it's taunted, it's not going to shoot, and if it's out of range of Bullet himself, it's not going to shoot at anything. So we're actually going to go ahead and shock this one anyways, and we are going to take a little bit of damage here from some of the Zookas, but you see, we'll go ahead, we'll use another taunt right here, and I'll actually have enough GBE because I'm using taunt instead of just throwing out all my shocks at once. I'll have enough GBE to shock that one rocket launcher again, and since we use the taunt on everything else, everything is focused on bullets, so we're not really losing any troops at all here. So, so yeah, there's that base. So, let's go over different styles of landings next. So, there's the one that I've been doing, but you don't always have to do it like that, guys. This is gonna be a tough base to do it, but you can also do sort of like, say if you have, we'll do like a minimal GBE kind of strategy with this as well. So, if you don't have enough GBE to put all these smokes out, the only thing you really have to be worried about here is the shock launchers, because you want to make sure that the Zookas are still staying back. But you see here, I'm not going to use any smokes, and I'm going to try to get the front area kind of cleared here. And you see, we actually were able to farm up a bit of GBE doing this, because we don't need 100 GBE when we get onto the HQ. We only need like 30 or 40 to have a pretty good shot at finishing the base, and we don't need a ton of heavies either. As long as we have a couple that are able to take the splash damage effect of the rocket launch, then we're going to be fine. So, okay, this one got really wacky really quickly, guys, but that's going to happen sometimes too. I mean, unless you're the chicken, not everything is going to be perfect, so I don't know what that was, but that's okay, guys, that's okay. So, we'll learn from our mistakes. We'll jump back into it again. You see, the problem with this base, I was trying to show you the walk-up landing without using any smokes, but with a shock launcher, shock blaster, and another shock launcher, on the beach, your heavies are just gonna get stopped immediately, and then everything's gonna target the Zookas, and it's gonna end up like that. It's gonna be really, really bad. So, what I'm gonna do here, since everything is kind of focused onto the front, I'm actually gonna throw out 2 barrages, and I'm gonna pre-smoke the beach. So this is kind of the opposite of what we were trying to do last time. I want to keep all my units covered, and I want to keep basically all the mines pre-cleared. So we still don't need that many smokes to do this. We definitely used a little bit more than we probably needed, but this is the type of base that kind of calls for that. So we're going to need all of our damage here, and we're going to need everyone kind of focused up on the Zooka. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do a critter shock in behind, and that is going to be able to, it's going to be able to distract long enough for my Zookas to not have to worry about things that aren't actually going to be in range of the taunt. We'll get another taunt going off like this, guys, and yeah, so the difference there was there was too much splash damage, there's too much defensive area of effect coming in on us right on the beach, so it was really difficult to do a walk-up landing, but it worked pretty well to be able to cover up all of our troops and get them into a zone where and get them into the kill zone. And since everything was kind of centralized, we were able to just get a lot of value out of a couple critter shocks, and of course using the taunt ability as well. So we'll dive into this base next, and what I see right here, right off the bat again, these 2 mortars and this machine gun can all be hit by taunt to the point where they're just not firing. So I'll show you what we mean here. So we'll take out these mines here. This is actually a really good base. He has really good mine placements. And this base will actually be able to do the walk-up strategy. So I'm letting the heavies get out ahead, but not too far ahead, because I don't want them sitting there too long, because they are just going to die. And I'm also going to take out this shock mine, because we are going to be able to farm up a little bit of GB on the way. And then I'm going to come up like this, because just based on where he has all of his defenses, the Zookas are going to want to walk up to the left anyway. So if we're able to take up that sniper tower, then it's going to give us a bit of a cleaner walk. And I want to keep them somewhat close to the HQ. I don't want them going too far back. The Zookas are going to... Oh man, this is not going to be good. Okay, so I think that attack might be over with before it even starts, guys, just based on that little sequence right there. But we'll go like this. We'll get a couple shocks going out, and we'll see what we can get done. I'm going to throw some critters up on the left side, because I lost quite a bit of heavies going that way. I'm going to throw some more critters out. we're just trying to keep the Zookas alive. And you see, if we actually had all of our Zookas here, it would have gone down fairly easily. So it was just that one little peak that kind of screwed us up. But we can try it again, guys. We can try it again. So actually, we'll try it again off video. So I think that is going to wrap up the video today, guys. Make sure to let me know how much you learned down below in the comments. I expect you guys to have like full 10-20 pages of notes from this advanced strategic session with the chicken. So let me know what you think of all that down below in the comments, guys. That's going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Chicken out.